is up, and welcome back to LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. This is HTG Brian, and we've got level 17, Hunk of Junk Story. We actually get sort of a random trophy achievement. You may have already found this one yourself, and if not, you will likely find it in this level. It's called And Who Gave You Permission. This is the one where you have to knock 50 helmets off of your enemies, which is gonna probably be pretty well done with stormtroopers, and to be honest with you, it's almost impossible to take one of them down without removing their hat. So that being said, here we are. We've picked up right where we left off. I do want to note that we get an extra Kyber brick. Well, one for completing the story and one more for getting that silver Jedi stud status. Now, a little bit of a blip there. I got stuck on the rock, and all of a sudden, we're in a cutscene.
Goodness me.
Luke! Take these two over to the garage, will you? I want them cleaned up before dinner.
Oh. All right, come on.
Hey, what are you trying to push on us?
Well, my little friend, you got something jammed in here real good. Were you on a Star Cruiser or...
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
What's this?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
He says that he is the property of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it is a private message for him.
Hey, whoa, just where do you think you're going?
All right, so in the past, you've probably heard me mention that this is actually my favorite trilogy of the trilogies. And it's pretty sweet. We're actually unlock Luke Skywalker, Episode 4 edition. In fact, we're going to take over right now as him and check him out. All the way up top we go, following the old GPS waypoint marker, and into the blue halo we go, which is going to cue off the rest of the story here. As you can see, we're in an urgent message, but we're working our way towards the Hunk of Junk story mission, which we will return later in free play to get all those collectibles, including those challenges and those pesky mini kits. All right, as we get to the bottom here, we've been here before, but this time we get jumped. R2 makes a few bleeps and bloops, and all of a sudden, uh-oh, we got some sand people. I wish I could do that. It's almost like a hog call scenario. If y'all know what hog calling is, you probably feel me on that. If not, you might want to look it up. Hog calling is actually an extraordinary thing. It is real. Just depends on where you live, whether or not it's a common thing or not. So, all right, we got a handful of baddie Sandies, and here in a second, we actually get saved by our good friend Obi-Wan. Oh, speaking of, there he is. Woo to the who. All right, he reveals himself, and then it takes us a second, like, wait a minute, are you Ben Kenobi? Are you like the Obi-Wan? Like... And we figure it out eventually. Yeah, we put two and two together, and then we follow him up this trail, which is actually rather trusting, I have to be honest. I don't know if I would follow just some random dude who claimed to be somebody, but I guess we know who he is, so that's safe. You know, I got some tips a while back that suggested that episode 4 was much shorter, a lot less in-between stuff. I got that from a few people, despite them not wanting to admit it. It's all good. I'm not upset about it. I was really just hoping for some shorter levels, and it turned out this is actually one of the longer levels that we have played thus far. In fact, there's quite a long in-between, as we call it, from getting from the end of the last story level to the beginning of the next one. And then, of course, the actual level itself was rather long. But, oh, cutscene!
You fought in the Clone Wars?
Yes, I was once a Jedi Knight, the same as your father. Which reminds me.
How did my father die? What is it?
Your father's lightsaber. Now let's see if we can't figure out what you are, my little friend.
General Kenobi, I have placed information vital to the survival of the rebellion into the memory systems of this R2 unit. My father will know how to retrieve it. You must see this droid safely delivered to him on Alderaan. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
You must learn the ways of the Force.
I've got to get home. It's late. I'm in for it as it is.
Baby.
There's nothing for me here now. I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
You know, I know cutscenes are supposed to tell a story, and I just gotta say, man, what an amazing job they are doing at sort of replicating the movie and allowing us to play through this adventure. Like, seriously, they nailed it. And, all right, we're going to go ahead and keep on with the keeping on. Oh, we got the Tuscan Raider unlocked. Woo to the who. I'll work on that. I'll try to get gooder. All right, we'll follow our way all the way over to the speeder. We're going to hop in and select Mos Eisley as our destination. And, of course, it's going to zoom, and a boom, boom, all the way over to where we are expected. Once we get here, we park this guy right here. It's a nice little... I don't know, I guess we parallel parked properly or something? I don't know. Lots going on here in Mos Eisley, but we are going to stick to the path that is going to take us right to the cantina. That's right, we got to get our boom, 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 but not before using the Force. This part is super cool. Now, if you remember, there's actually a group looking for our droids, and in this case, we got to let them know that these are not the droids that you are looking for. So we're going to rock up, hit the old button for mind tricks, and then tap the next icon to get that influence. And then now we've actually got some mind control. That's right. We'll go ahead and step up to the old computer here and follow the steps. Boop, 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 boop. All right, we've got it, and we are out of here. All right, there may or may not have been an edit happen there. I may have messed that up the first time. So if it looked a little different, that might be why. All right, I'm trying to ignore the blips that are happening here and there. As you guys know, I've been struggling with that. It's not a me thing, it's a device issue. And Elgato's been trying really hard to fix that, and we just have not found a resolution that works long-term and permanently. But it's okay. We'll get through it together. A little blip here, a little blip there is all good. Oh, look at this. We've officially made it to the cantina. And inside we get, well, we got to check our coats at the door, of course. Capes are optional. Inside we've got a couple of dudes we need to talk to. So first off, basically we're just looking for the tip that tells us that we are looking for Chewie. And this is not it. So he's like sort of dissing our piloting skills. And over here he says, you seem like a reasonable fella. I think they want to have like a drink or something. Oh yeah, that's right. They're talking about hydro shovels and how they have actually nothing to do with water. Hydro being water, shovel, you know, it's like a water shovel, but that's not related. All right, back in this corner, who do we got? Ooh, it's a customer. Don't get on that hairy fella's bad side, at least if you like all your limbs in the usual places. Yeah, Chewie's known for doing some rearranging, that's for sure, and we'll go ahead and play it safe. But unfortunately, you know how it is. There's always that one hater that's gonna hate. And of course, they take problem with Luke here in a second as he's bouncing around. I don't know what he's doing on the left side. Did you notice that? There's a long pause there, too, between Chewie and Obi-Wan. Like, I'm not sure what was going on there. But, oh, here we go. It's official. These dudes are starting some, you know, starting some troubles. And, of course, we'll give them the old business here and switch over to my lightsaber-wielding friend. And as in the movie, you know, he gives one quick swing and off comes a limb, and that's all she wrote. But in this case, we got to give him the
Whoa. Huh?
Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie here tells me you're looking for passage to the Alderaan system.
Yes, indeed. If it's a fast ship.
She's fast enough for you, old man. What's the cargo?
Only passengers, myself, the boy, 2 droids, and no questions asked.
Okay, you guys got yourselves a ship. We'll leave as soon as you're ready. Docking Bay 94.
94.
All that commotion in the background reminds me of that movie, A Million Ways to Die in the West. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Hilarious movie, but there's a part where they're having a bar fight and 2 friends are trying to pretend like they're fighting over in the corner, and they're just like playing a little game of like slap, but they're not really hurting each other, but they're saying things like, "Oh, look how much pain I'm in. Oh, I'm getting slapped around and beat up so much." Just, I don't know why that scene reminded me of that, but it totally did. But All right, we got to run our way all the way over to a hangar that's supposed to be on the other side of the city. Well, luckily for us, the city isn't that big, so it only takes a hot second to jump across town. Ooh, don't forget them studs. All right, up top, you might notice we got over 500,000. I'm hoping that we hit that million by the time we finish this episode, but we're probably going to hold off on getting any data cards or any multipliers until the preparing for free play. But speaking of which, hey, we got story level ready to go.
What a piece of junk!
She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid.
Chewie, what is this? I told you to get her ready. A late lunch? We gotta be somewhere.
Stop that ship!
All right, you guys are going to have to let me know down in the comments. Am I doing something wrong? Am I bad at this level? And Gray, you're no count. No comments from Gray. But, you know, I want to know, like, is this just a really lengthy level? Basically, we have this blaster battle, and eventually we get Chewie sort of repairing some items, and then we got to protect him. And I felt like no matter what I did, there was always somebody shooting at him, preventing him from actually progressing with the meters. So we have some meters that need to be completed, and we'll get to that in a second. So it starts off by grabbing this floating, I don't know what it is. It's some sort of like machinery. We'll push it into place. You can tell by that purple icon bouncing over there, right where it is. In fact, as soon as you grab onto it, there's sort of an outline of where you can and can't take that thing, which is super convenient. Put it into place and flip the switch on the opposite side to go ahead and get Chewie wrenching away. As you can see, it goes up top, or basically it's a lift. That's what it is. That's all it is. It's a lift. Complicating things. We'll go ahead and walk the plank. That's right. Watch out, Chewie. Look out below. All right, he'll hop on there, and you can see we've got 2 bars up top. Those are going to need to be completed. Now, I probably could have gone and got the actions for the turret going sooner, but I see this this purple, like, I'm like having this, I don't know, revelation of sorts is what it seems. So I follow that, and it leads me to this thing, which happens to be challenge related, as it says, Absolute Scoundrel. Challenge 1, use the environment to your advantage against the stormtroopers. I'm assuming here in a minute when they start attacking us, which they will, trust me, that would have been a beneficial thing to drop on them and probably completed the challenge. Now, again, I am not worrying about that. Our guide is fairly filled up with information, but I'm not questioning any of those challenges or worrying about mini kit locations until we get to the free play. So I could be wrong. That might not be the right place to get that challenge done, but we'll worry about that later. Now, here we go. We got another 3-tiered puzzle here, and I'm going to slap it into place by starting with the inside and working my way out. I still think that's the best way to do it. And then, of course, once we get that done, it seems like we're making progress, but at the same time, like, nothing is happening. So again, I don't know, I feel like I'm missing out on something that would maybe help us go a little bit faster, but over on the opposite side of where we built that lift for Chewie, we've got a box that needs some help. We're going to go ahead and play a little game of connect the dots, la la la. And look at me, I'm going for the shortest path possible, and it's going to drop a bunch of bricks, which happen to be a nice little section of the ship. Now, I also noticed, too, when watching the movie and listening to the character speak, Han, referring to the Falcon, it's more of Falcon. Like I think I and a lot of people have been saying it wrong. Now, I've been getting criticism for saying other names wrong. We won't mention any names. You know who you are. But I feel like it's more, I've been calling it the Falcon, like, but I think it's more of like Vulcan, like almost like Vulcan from Star Wars, or Star Trek rather, but like, it also kind of sounds like a bad word, but we won't go there. But here we go. We've got that meter starting to spin around. You can see the wrench is getting gooder. And he's up there working away, and I'm just trying to basically keep everybody off of him. Now, I'm also supposed to be finding the missing parts of the Falcon. So there's that spot over on the other side. There it is right there with the turret indicating. And I kind of walk over there, and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, there's some force. So rip that panel off, or open, I should say. And then go ahead, and we're going to grapple this guy. Actually, we got to hit switch and then pull it, I think. Or maybe it just goes into place. I'm forgetting. To be completely honest with you, I've had a doozy of a day with the video before this hitting copyright. You guys asked me to read those scrolling or crawling credits, right? and it's popping copyright. So I flipped it upside down in episode 3, and that worked. It did not work for episode 4. So then I like did some other magic, which I made the scrolling credits scroll too, so they were moving on top of moving, and I thought, oh, that would be enough. Nope, it flagged it again. Each time it takes about 90 minutes to get that done and figure out if it's gonna pass copyright or not. So basically, this day has been a full day of me re-rendering and re-rendering and re-rendering. Now, as I am sort of scurrying all over here, I've completed the first bar there, and you can see he's moving over to the second one. And I think that's what he's doing. He's actually revealing some pieces here, and I think he's going to build up part of the satellite, or do we need to? Yeah, so here he goes. He's going to build up some stuffs. Now, we still need to apply what we found over on the other side, too. And I also tried to use R2 to close that door. I thought maybe with all these bad guys coming at us that we could shut the door and prevent more guys from coming. But I never figured that out if I could or not. But on that note, I do want to point out that I am knocking a lot of hats off baddies, and we should be getting pretty stinking close to that trophy achievement for knocking 50 hats off enemies. In fact, I feel like it's getting pretty close, you guys. I feel like it's getting pretty close. And in regards to that trophy achievement, it's one of those ones that you may have already got, depending on if you've played any, replayed any levels, or maybe jumped ahead and played the trilogy out of order from how we're playing it. So it's just one of those things that no matter how much you play, as long as you complete the story, I don't think you can avoid this. In fact, I was thinking you were going to have to like actually hit and aim for their head, but if you notice, you can shoot at their, head, shoulders, knees and toes, and it doesn't matter. The hat goes, no matter head, shoulders, knees, and toes. All right, that could be a new song though, right? Oh, look at that, Booyaka Show! And who gave you permission? So again, I'm literally just trying to defend Chewie as best as possible. Now we've got the third meter that needs to be completed, and we will use the Force to lift up that battery and get that lift going. And then I've got a little tip that I didn't do that might help you, and that would be to stay up top once you get up there. So we're going to use the Force and lift up this battery. Of course, use both of the analog sticks to make your job easier. I think they did a great job with that. In the past, some of the wizardry puzzles and things have been suspect, but this one has been pretty good. As long as you figure out you don't have to hold down the circle button once you're doing it, you just use both of the sticks. I think it's golden. All right, so we're up here. I thought for sure that R2 panel was going to be the one, but it's not. We got to go all the way out onto this crane mine. In fact, we're going to toggle back over to Obi-Wan and get out there, and there should be a little animation that happens, or maybe we have to smack it. Oh, no, it just opens up. Step up to the plate, press the icon indicated, and push it along. Yeah, push it along. That's right, we got to spin to win. We're going to drop that right into place, and then, of course, Chewie's going to need to welder. That's right. You can't expect it to stay there. We're going to be going light speed here pretty soon. It's not just going to click in. Even the Lego bricks aren't good enough at that point. You got to build up on the build up. But this is where I feel I might have made a mistake, and this whole next section might have gone a little bit faster had I stayed up here. I didn't realize they were going to continuously come. There might be a way to like shut the doors too, so they can't come repeatedly over and over and over again, because that's ultimately what slows me down. So I jump down here, right? I'm down here, woo to the whoo. All right, and there's guys everywhere. None of these guys seem to really be messing with Chewie, and you can see our objective right now is defend Chewie from the stormtroopers. So as a result of me jumping down here, I really feel like I prolonged this whole section. And I know I was complaining about this level being longer than some of the other levels, but I do feel like some of my decisions were what led to this video being so stinking long. Now, I gotta be honest, we're still 2-3 minutes away from me completing this final task on the Falcon, or Falcon? I'm gonna have to play with that one a little bit, because like I said, it's sort of on that danger ground there. Danger. All right, so I continue to spin around, and it does take me a second too. I finally decide that yeeting this saber is not gonna get it done. I'm having troubles with the lock-on. Like, the aim assist has been great to me. Makes me look like I've got great aim too. But as it turns out, it doesn't seem to be working. And look, it's like so close, but not good enough. And so I'm trying to be like a human meat shield here, trying to take the shots, see if they'll shoot at me rather than him, but they're definitely targeting Chewie. So I do decide to switch it up here and get somebody with a blaster, as there's not limited range, although I didn't have much more luck with the lock-on, and I did find it to be a funny angle down here, so I tried to get up here. Whoopsie, don't mind the mistake there. Go ahead and try it again. First try, nailed it. Yep, that's right, nailed it. All right, now up top we go, and okay, so I start getting some long-range shots, some sniper action, if you will. Unfortunately, I don't have the red dot that they do. Some cheap strats, cheap strats. All right, and of course, it's just like I take one down, I'm like, okay, he's good. Meanwhile, he's getting shot by the guy to my right, so it's like, do I just basically hit them once and knock them off the aim, right? Like knock them off their aim so they're not shooting actively? Or, you know, boy, I just felt like I didn't know what the right thing to do was here. And I felt bad because I'm supposed to know this stuff, right? I'm supposed to totally be the guy that's like, here, how's how you do it? But I think there's probably some good in staying up top. I think you'll have a better aim. You can kind of run around the circle as they come out probably too. Maybe not. And of course, there's always that possibility that you could, you know, shoot the red spinning things above the doors. Those might actually stop. You guys drop comments down below. Let me know, because when I get back to free play, I'm not going to want to, like, you know, have to take forever on this. So, all right, we drop back down, and it says continue defending Chewie. So now we've got so many more guys down low, and the fourth and final bar has presented itself. So basically what we need to do is just let him fix the door that we hop on. You can see it's sort of lowering off to my left side. I had a hard time even locating it, to be honest with you. I was looking for some sort of like a waypoint marker, but it's clearly pointing to my left behind me now, or sort of over to my right as I move around. And it's just indicating that I need to be in the blaster battles, taking out all of these stormtroopers. So if, again, you didn't get that trophy achievement right away like we did, I can't imagine that by the end of this level you won't unlock it. I don't think there will be a separate video for that. You know, if you guys start asking me like, hey, how did you get that? Why? I feel like that's sort of an unmissable thing as long as you play through the story. And I don't even think you need to finish the whole thing. I think if you just played the second trilogy, right, episodes 4, 5, and 6, I think you'd have plenty of trooper helmets come flying off. You only need 50. And I mean, this is only my second level with troopers, so again, it might have included the clone troopers too, but I don't remember their helmets falling off quite like the stormtroopers do. So again, 50 is all you need, should be easy. This is the best level to farm it, I would imagine. There's so many of them. And I am happy to say that we are almost halfway through the wrenching here for the door. And that's going to be our way out of here. It's actually one of my favorite lines from the Family Guy version of the Star Wars trilogies. Stop that ship, blast him. I don't know why that line, for some reason, Reese and I just always thought that whole scene where they're trying to get out, it's not even this section, it's later, but it seems like stop that ship, blast him is a key phrase that they use more than once, which is pretty awesome. All right, but here we go. We're just going on and on and on. I thought about just like playing some music or something through this rather than listening to me flap. But I think it's also good to know, you know, the tips, right? Like, hey, you guys should stay up top. And if my flapping leads to you guys commenting saying, hey, or adventuring out, maybe finding out, maybe I can take out those red flashing things above the doors. Like, I thought the R2 panel would shut the door. I thought for sure it would, but it didn't. I don't even know what it did, to be honest. It opened up or closed something, or maybe it actually was part of the access to the hatch where we got the gun before we put it up top. I don't know. The turret, I guess I should call it. It's not really a gun. I get in trouble for calling a blaster a laser gun or whatever. Oh, look at that. We got the silver stud status. I wasn't even paying attention, and we got it done did. Oh, look at that. I'm catching this dude slipping. Like, bro, you're not even out the door yet, and you're already done did. All right, we are getting really close now. Of course, avoid those grenade circles, those red and black striped circles on the ground. I'm doing a pretty good job. In fact, I don't think I've gotten hit by one of them this time, which is maybe a new record. We might have to write that down. Looks like we need a gonk droid for that, too. There's like a weird Halo-y something. I would imagine if we have a gonk droid for free play, that might have something to do with it. I have not read Tyler P's guide, but it's amazing. You guys should go check it out. Like, almost everything you're going to need to know is already done did, and I haven't even begun playing or even finished the story yet. I haven't begun playing free play. Oh, but we are out of here. Look at this. The door is officially open. Stop that ship. Blast them. We'll go ahead and once it eventually opens up, go ahead and approach it, and it should take us away.
the droids we were looking for.
Go strap yourselves in. I'm gonna make the jump to light speed.
Looks like we're coming up on Alderaan.
What?
Where is it?
Destroyed by the Empire.
He's heading for that small moon.
That's no moon. It's a space station.
We're caught in a tractor beam. It's pulling us in.
You can't win, but there are alternatives to fighting.
There's no one on board, sir.
Send a scanning crew aboard. I want every part of this ship checked.
Yes, sir.
I sense something. A presence I have not felt since.
Huh?
Yes, yes, no? Yes, yes, that's... No? Yes. So familiar.
This is ridiculous. Even if I could take off, I'd never get past the tractor beam.
Leave that to me.
Whoo-wee! All right, I know I got a little break in that cutscene there, but that was a long-winded level. A lot going on, and look at that. Free play unlock. We did get that silver stud status. In fact, we got over halfway to that bluesy toozy. We'll be back. We'll get them multipliers. Don't worry. We also got 0 challenges. It's all good, though. We knew that coming in, that there was no challenges found or mini kits collected in the making of this video, but that's okay. We know we're coming back at a later day. Now, characters and ships, though, that is a different story. We actually unlocked old Han Solo, Episode 4. We got the Sand Trooper Commander and Sand Trooper Sergeant. And we also got that Millennium Falcon. I'm going to try to figure that one out and say it properly so I don't get harassed. I don't like it. All right, guys, that is going to go ahead and wrap it up for level 17, Hunk of Junk story. As you can see there, we also got Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper added and Han Solo too, though. What? All right, guys, don't forget to check us out on social media. As I already mentioned, Tyler P's got a great trophy achievement guide for this game. We got other ones too by him and some of our other writers. And of course, as for me, that's going to do it for now. As always, until next time.